Yeah.
Hey, we're live.
Hey, we're live. Oh, see, we weren't ready. Somebody stole for me.
We had multiple confirmations of ready, and what is this? Multiple confirmations.
What are your thoughts on the Steam Deck versus the Nintendo Switch?
Who cares?
I don't know. I have to see, mate.
Yeah.
Like the Switch is its own thing. There's like completely different. Like it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo. It's completely different. The Steam Deck will just be PC games ported across.
It has everything.
Well, yeah, maybe.
It can handle, as far as we know.
Yeah. So, but will it have Mario games on there?
Exclusively not Nintendo games.
Yeah. So Nintendo is safe for the next 300 years. But I'd get it. I'd get it. I would get it if I.
I know Saoirse put down money for it.
Oh, did really?
I saw it on the Steam activity feed. I wish he was here to confirm it, but he put down the deposit. Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
my god!
Good on him.
Wow.
I want it now.
Oh my god!
because Rob got it.
How much is it?
I have no idea.
It's not out
no
yet, is
idea.
it? Like not out.
No, it's not yet. No.
I don't know, but on his Steam activity, it said that he purchased like the Steam Deck deposit or something. was like,
Maybe
what?
it was an exclusive because maybe you think you could put it down like $10 and then hold
Pre-order?
it. Yeah. But not the full payment, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
I'm ready now. I have music playing now.
It's not going to release in Australia for a while. It's going to be releasing in, guess where? The United States and Europe, Canada.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Get more people for it.
Philippines will get it in about 6 years.
This is like... I don't trust American shipping enough to pay the money for a...
I had to use a US card to be able to get the Game Pass because it's not available in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Of course.
Yeah.
They allow it, but you have to have a US card. So. Anyway, here we go. We have music playing. We're ready to go.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome to Black Dragon Roleplay, where we are not professional voice actors, we are not gaming gods, we are just a group of friends that have been brought together through the love of story who want to share our tabletop adventures with all of you. A few things before we start our session proper. We are so glad that you are watching us here live on Twitch. We appreciate all the support that we have here. If you are new here, you want to keep up with the campaign, please drop us a follow. We would love to have your support. There's a subscribe button below. You can drop your Prime, sub for some emotes. Support the stream. We greatly appreciate everyone who has supported the stream already and those who will do so in the near future, including you. Go ahead and sub. If you want to keep track and interact with us when we're not on Steam, hit us up on our Discord. The link is in the box below. If you can't make it to watch us live on Twitch, we've been posting our weekly sessions on our YouTube page. Everything we do here on Steam, everything we do here on stream, on Twitch, goes live to our YouTube channel. Black Dragon Roleplay on YouTube is where you can find all of our content. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You have one special announcement. Unfortunately, it's been hard to get everybody together for our community game night on Sunday, so for many different reasons, have no fear, we'll try to relaunch that in the near future. But until then, I invite you to turn into this channel every Tuesday, 10 a.m.-ish, where Ryan and I will be hopping on and playing whatever we like in a game night we called Thumper and the Moose. This past week we played D&D, the hack-and-slash game Dark Alliance. Next week we'll probably do more Dark Alliance, maybe Sea of Thieves, maybe something else, something mech-ish. Tune in, find out. We'll be playing at that time. So Tuesday, 10 a.m., check us out. I think that's it for I have for announcements. Let's get to our recap. Episode 22, the Platinum Term. After her adventure in the fighting pit underneath the Boar's Nest, Saoirse finds out that she has a very well-to-do admirer. After the group deals with some of the emotional fallout from Boltzmann being gone, they encourage Saoirse to follow up with this, even if it's unintentional slipping of her hand makes them all question his intentions. Follow up with their suitor. The next morning, the team awakens and seeks out the merchant, some with dreams of love, with intent to use his riches to case the casino. After finding a large, bustling warehouse on the outskirts of town filled with produce and shipping containers, they meet the owner, Rederick James Hoffernsetter. After a brief tour of the place, that it would be lovely to see the town, maybe even the casino if he was up to it. Agreeing enthusiastically, he tells the group that he will go and arrange an afternoon of festivities, and they could stop by the casino anytime that they wished. Not wanting to seem too eager, the team stopped by the magic door again to see if there was any additional pieces found, as promised by the shopkeeper Henry Mayer. After finding a pair of boots of elven kind for Dante, which he in turn gives to Saoirse, Henry shows Bran a door leaning up against a wall at the end of the hall. Bran opens it slowly, and behind it is the grand cosmos of stars and floating nebula, like brighter than the clearest night sky. Bran eventually shuts it and then opens it again, seeing a new place each time, and he's ecstatic that the magic door has now found its magic door. The group heads to the casino, making a detailed check of security as they go floor to floor, looking for Rederick. On the second floor, Saoirse sees two officials from the gallery living with a small wooden box after speaking to a half-elf in a silky gold jacket. On the third floor, they find Rederick, who has a private table set up with a grand display of food and wines, but as the group settles in, they hear a familiar and unwanted voice, the voice of Platinum Erica Arendelle. Erica tells the aggressively confrontational Camiel that she believes that they have been chosen to be able to complete the task of finding these artifacts, but seeing how the person who has been the biggest academic source for new information for hundreds of years is about to be dispatched by the Amiens government, she suggests that they find him and gather everything they can before he is dealt with. After a bit of back and forth, she leaves the group to their lunch with Rederick. And you guys have now completed your lunch. You guys have taken a little bit of time to finish. I know that Saoirse's not here. I'll say that they leave on somewhat friendly terms, but she does want to exit and say that she's, wanting to be able to. We'll talk to him soon, as you guys are exiting the casino. What would you guys like to do? It is probably about, I'd say after the morning's festivities of going to the warehouse, checking it out, meeting him there probably about 12 or 1, probably about 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
What the hell just happened?
I keep
got roped
expecting
into
y'all
another
to tell
job.
me. I just knew y'all were trouble the moment I met you.
Yeah,
Fun
that's
trouble,
yeah.
but trouble.
It's true, but like, did she give you a compliment, Bran? Platinum? Did she?
Bren just gives Dante a quizzical look. Did she?
It kind of sounded like she was, rooting for us or something. Like, not just manipulative, but kind of, you are special sort of talk. I'm so confused.
You are special.
Yeah, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded like she thought you were special, and to find these art. It didn't sound like she was trying to use you this time so much, I suppose.
Admittedly, it wasn't just me opening up that tomb. Bolton was there, and another companion of ours.
Yeah. But you wielded the hammer.
For a good 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So So what do we? What I'm like I said, I'm thoroughly confused about this whole situation now. Are we supposed to go get the? What are we supposed to get? I'm honestly confused. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, it seems like we have no reason to get the ring.
I mean, it would be good, but it'd probably be well guarded now.
And I don't want to piss off the Amun government more than we have.
Emmy just slowly shakes her head while she's looking back and forth between these two as soon as he mentions pissing off the government.
So, what's the little fellow, the librarian fellow? Are we supposed to go steal, like, take? I mean, I'm all for it. He doesn't deserve to have those little recordings that he had for us. And I suppose it's too late now. He's just about to be taken away by the authorities. So,
Well, if he's still there, we should negotiate with him, and if he's unreasonable... Bran just kind of looks at Dante and kind of expecting him to get what he means.
do you want me to kill him, Bran? No. Okay. Yep. Sure. We can negotiate. I mean, if we send Cameo in there for some tough love, he'll probably just hand over anything and everything that he owns.
Camille, her ears perk up and slowly turn to look at Dante. Why me?
We just gotta get you a big stick.
It's tough and scary.
Tough and scary? I'm adorable. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dante looks at Bran, then back at Cameo. Of course you are.
Am I not adorable, Emmy?
You're absolutely adorable.
See?
I love your hair.
I love yours too. Nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I work
First
hard
take.
to make sure it looks good. This is one of my slower mornings just with all the excitement, but I thought the scarf made up for it a little bit.
Actually,
She's
why
like-
don't we send over Emmy? She's more pleasant looking.
Cool.
Who, me?
I suppose, yeah. He looks like he'd probably get rattled having a female in his face.
Well, she also shoots firebolts out of her fingers. So,
Lightning bolts. Just
that
for
too.
clarification.
that too. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I can't tell the difference between the two.
Oh, you'll know when it's facing you.
I don't want to. I've already been burnt alive twice. Thank you.
Oh my.
Okay. So what do we want to do? Do we want to try this now? See if we I suppose we have to act fast, so to speak.
Would the museum be open at around this time, DM?
Yeah. Especially in this week, it's extended hours because of all the tourism and all the people from out of town.
Is he already captured, or is he still at the museum?
What she told you was she gave you the location of his residence, saying that she gave you she told you that to go to the Riverside Inn if you wanted to be able to follow that lead.
So we can either confront him and negotiate, or we could just head to the museum and just steal from the back room. Well, it's not actually stealing if it's technically what was owed
Well, we did.
by doing this job, and technically we did kind of sort of do the job.
It is being returned. That's true. And he is going to prison, but well, he shouldn't have done it in the first place. So.
So what are we doing, guys?
I mean, well,
I'm honestly still a little confused as to who this Miss Platinum is and what kind of hold she's got on y'all and who's got what. Y'all know a lot of very interesting people.
the world is a big place.
Isn't it? It's wonderful.
It's just too many good experiences.
So what was she asking of you, and why does the museum man have it?
That's the weird thing. That's what I mean. It sounded like, to me, that she wants Bran to go out there and find all these artifacts for a purpose. And that purpose is not necessarily to line her pockets with gold.
Sounds like there's a heart of gold in her, then. Maybe she also knows about our queenly friend, perhaps?
Honestly, I feel like she knows more than she's letting on.
That's how it goes in the stories. I do love those books.
Either way, perhaps we... With you two lovely ladies as a distraction, we should be able to get... this is obviously if he hasn't been notified that he's just about to be arrested and deported away to somewhere unpleasant. We know where he's keeping them, right? We saw the place, the drawer he kept them in.
As if that's
we were allowed in the back room.
If that's where he truly keeps them, maybe he brings them home? I don't know. We don't know.
Oh. Alright. Well, we could either lie or be honest with him. What do we want to do?
Let's be honest with him.
I knew you'd say that.
Camille, all flustered, and stomps a foot.
Okay, we could try the honesty first.
It's no use
So-
lying to him.
If he's about to get arrested.
Exactly.
Maybe he'll be open to the idea of giving us what we need to continue searching. Maybe the idea of having someone out there that he thinks is worthy enough. I don't know.
He might help us, even if we're looking for more than just this ring for him. We're not going after that ring no more.
Well, considering that he's about to be put behind bars, I don't think a ring is going to save his arse anymore.
Pretty sure.
Agreed.
I'm pretty sure it's being delivered to royal agents as we speak, or at least back to the museum under someone else's more capable attention.
But what artifacts are we looking for then that Miss Platinum wants? Or I guess y'all are looking for. I mean, she seemed fine with me, but unless there's more of this association happening. Oh.
Well, we're kind of looking for the Vox Populi.
The heroes?
Vindex.
That's what I meant. Thank you, Bran.
The ones of the statues.
Yeah, those ones.
The actual people, or you're looking for some tombs?
Well,
We
if they're-
don't know particularly.
Well, all right.
I mean, that's what that ring is. The ring is like an item of the Vindex Populi.
That is true. He did say that, didn't he?
So it's the hammer that Bran lost.
That was stolen. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Bran lost a
what I said.
hammer?
That's what I said.
Yes, basically, she took it from him. At least that's what Bran tells me. I wasn't there. Another character was, though.
All right. Well, this suddenly got a lot more interesting. So we are looking for artifacts from the greatest heroes of time To then give over to Miss Platinum?
For
It's.
whatever deeds she needs it for, yes.
I don't think. I don't know. It's so easy to look at her and completely judge her for how. Very businesswomanly she is, but I wish I could sit her down and talk to her so that, well, just like Dante, I'm very confused. Who does she stand with?
Most business people ain't got time for sitting down and chatting with the common folk. Although, if one day we became as phenomenal as the Vindex Populi, and she kind of looks up at the sky and with her hands kind of akimbo and like Superman pose, is like looking up at the sky, like.
Camille kind of makes a face. No, thank you. Being a paladin is enough.
You never know what you might be called to do. But if we found these items, I mean, well, who knows what information we might find with them? We might even find more information about our friend. Queenly friend.
Oh, her.
I know, we have a lot of them. Y'all have a lot of them. I'm getting to know a lot of your friends. Oh boy. How exciting.
You know, for someone who's so worried about being in the darker side of life, you're also quite excited about it.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, all I'm interested in is helping who I can as I see the world, and y'all are helping me do that. There's just no need to necessarily cross with certain folks. No need to go up against secret police. She kind of says that last part under her breath.
Well, sometimes it can't be avoided. I don't particularly like it either.
Are we sure it can't be avoided?
I mean, we're already walking amongst the people who live in the dark side, and she kind of looks over at Dante real quick and looks back at me.
Some people clearly handle it better than others.
Oh, he's very good.
So I've seen. But, Well, one thing's for certain, that I believe in my heart to be true. If we go and find these artifacts, at least once they're in our hands, well, we can decide what to do with them then. Ain't nobody following us per se to know when and where we've got them. And then once we've got them, well, we can make more informed decisions as to what to do with them. But I'd say we get our hands on them.
But first, we need to talk to the person that has them. And we're going to be truthful, yes?
Oh, that's what he's got. And there's like a slight there's like a slight look of disappointment on her face as she had this whole like wound up journey across all of Amma and all of, Tribus to like go on seeking adventure, and it's like, oh wait, no, that's right. He already has them.
Actually, to clear things out, he does not have the artifacts.
He doesn't?
He only has... No, he doesn't.
Oh, he knows
He only has the recording devices that will give us hints.
The boxes.
As to
Good.
location. So Emmy is not wrong as to this whole journey across Amma.
No, of course not. But he has the key. He's got something that's going to help us.
Oh, this is easy. Absolutely, let's go talk to him.
And we will be honest.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, for some reason, I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe the both of you.
Well, it won't really matter if one of us says it and one of us says something else. Then he just thinks we're all being dishonest. Or it won't matter because he'll be arrested. So we better go figure that out too.
If nothing else, we could always get Saoirse to torture him in a back room.
That was my
Got it.
next option, Brad.
Attaboy.
You don't mean that, Brandon. I know it. Promises,
Brand's got a little
promises.
half smile.
Emmy raises her hands and like little arcs of lightning kind of jolt from one finger to the other. As it looks like she's inspecting her fingernails through her gloves, and it's like there's always multiple options.
Okay, you be careful with that full plate armor. That's dangerous. And
Yeah,
she-
Brand
Oh, I'm not-
takes 2 steps back.
Oh, y'all be fine. I'm very, very careful.
Oh,
Man,
we
you
know
be-
you're very, very good. But
Starting to
still.
feel my hair stand on end.
You'd be fun at parties, wouldn't you?
I make do. And she brushes what bits of hair out of the scarf to the side, little hair flip.
Alright, so I think we've got a plan. We're going to go over there and talk to him. Yes?
Agreed.
Alright. So who's going to be intimidating?
Why intimidating?
Well, sometimes in order to coax a little bit, you gotta be a little bit intimidating. Not to a point of aggression, that's completely different. Sometimes you just need to show that you're there for business.
So that means you're out, Cam.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Sometimes it just takes a sweet touch. We'll have to see what his state of mind is when we get there.
let's just let Emmy work her magic, and then work her magic if she has to.
I hope not.
So you guys are going to the location that she gave you?
Mm-hmm.
Or-
Museum or the location she gave you?
The location on the napkin.
Okay. So what she had told you was that he had a permanent apartment in the Riverside Inn. And yeah, she had given you told you that it was across the river and a ways away. So you begin walking in that direction. It's just a bit upriver from the central district. It's more of the residential part of the city. So you travel probably about 15 minutes or so from the casino, from the Boar's Nest where you guys are at in the central district, and you're able to find the building relatively easily. This is like a 3-story building. And whereas the central district is known for its like highly detailed craftsmanship, stone, marble, this is not nearly the same level of detail. The first floor facade is rough stonework, but most of the walls are still wood timbers, and you see seems to be much in stark contrast to some of the newer buildings in the area. This seems like older and well worn. There's a proper tavern on the first floor. But after you, are you guys going to go in and just try to find the location, or what are you guys doing?
I just want to keep an eye out real quick again to see if there's any more if anyone's following us.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Perception. 18?
Nice.
Okay. You do take a look around. There it is. Yeah, you do take a look around kind of as you're walking this distance, and you're fairly certain you don't see anyone. Similar to what you've seen before, you did not see anyone in that dress, in that uniform. You don't see anyone that seems to be following you.
Okay. I'm going to make a big deal of it, but I'll follow everyone else before heading inside.
Okay. So the proper tavern is on the first floor, but after you talk with the keep, they kind of point you to the third floor, and there's a wooden staircase in a back alley. You're going to go back up the back alley, and you see this almost rickety wooden staircase that goes to a third floor apartment.
It's my kind of place.
It doesn't seem to match the the look of the tavern on the first floor? You said it was like a really nice looking place down there?
This building kind of doesn't fit in with the surroundings. It's kind of like where the central district meets the kind of residential and the farmy exterior of the city. And this just happens to be one of the less well-off buildings in this row of kind of changing into these central district, more investment centered spots. It's almost like gentrifying. Ropeburg is gentrifying, and this is one of the remaining buildings that are still left.
Okay. We'll carefully take these stairs up.
What are you guys doing?
So Dante's happy to follow.
Does it look like there's anyone inside, like a light from under the door or lights through a window?
You do not see. There is a window. You get to the top of the stairs, and there's almost like a little platform. There's one window that you can see off to the side, one that you could have seen from below, but you don't see any light coming from either one of those.
I wonder if he's even home. Although, depending on the hour we got here, if he's still working or has already been arrested, then he wouldn't be here necessarily.
Dante will knock.
Yeah, it's about 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Dante will just knock on the door. Bang, 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 bang.
All right. That's one way to go about it.
Hey.
There's a delay. And then, say with that 18, you would see this already. You'd see the curtains, whatever fabric that is drawn on his window, you'd see it move slightly. And then you hear the door adjust, open just slightly. There seems to be a chain that is still attached up top. Branimir? Dante?
Hello,
hey,
you.
Wait. How do you know where I live? Who sent you?
You did.
He tries to He tries to shut the door.
Bran kind of puts his foot in between the crack of the door to stop the door from shutting all the way.
Who sent you? How did you know where I live?
Emmy?
Kind of pushing up against it.
Just calm down. Calm down. We just have something to say. Emmy.
Oh, right. And she looks back at Camiel and remembers, like, right, we're supposed to be truthful. Okay. We actually wanted... Well, we thought you might need actually a hand. We're on your side here. Could we talk real quick?
You see his eyes shift around you. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, dear. Persuasion.
Oh, no.
Is that good enough?
Hey, it's a 10.
Can I help?
Why should I trust you?
Alright. So, sorry to butt in. Once it looks like Emmy's not really... Dante will just like slowly lift his hand and extend his rapier into the gap of the door and slowly edge it towards his face. Quick, you should probably let us in, please. We're not going to hurt you.
Dante?
Open the damn door.
You've already trusted us before. I don't think that was...
Roll an intimidation, Dante.
Dante, what are you doing?
I was gonna say, like, he's already trusted us. Why shouldn't he trust us?
Because his life is in danger, so I think that's why he's a little careful.
Did that
now.
roll? That didn't roll. What's going on?
No, it did not.
No, nothing rolled.
That one rolled.
Hey.
Fine. Take your... Okay, and he eventually gets you to kind of remove it, shuts the door, and you hear the chain unhook, and opens the door. He's standing still behind it as he lets you guys in.
It's taking too long.
No, he opens the door. He lets you guys in.
No, he says that to the others as he puts his blade back away. So it's taking too long.
Fair enough.
Camille just gives him a look and shakes her head. What is wrong with you?
I get impatient sometimes. I'm sorry.
The apartment that you guys step into is a little bit similar to what you have at the Boar's Nest. It's a large open room. The far side has the far end of it has an unmade bed, a desk in one corner, shelving along the far wall. Nothing big and fancy about this at all. He shuts the door behind you, takes a look out the window. What do you guys want?
Emmy looks at Dante in kind of a, okay, are you taking this or am I?
Dante just swells back, shrugs, and then goes finds a seat somewhere and starts cleaning his fingernails with his dagger. No, actually, with his liquid blade. Like he extends it just enough, just so he can start like cleaning his nails, whistling to himself.
Well, all right then. Sir. So, as it happens, there is somebody who is, well, we are interested in those artifacts that you mentioned to us before, those little boxes, and we do want to help you with those. We're
If you give me the ring, then I will give you the money and I'll give you the boxes and everything will be fine. I just need the ring.
Yes, about that. It seems our time schedule is shifting just a little bit. She looks back at the others. And she kind of asks, someone, are they coming here, guys? Is that what's going on?
Who's coming here? He takes a look out the window. Who's coming here?
Well, it seems that there might be some other people interested, and we want to make sure that you're okay. The best way to make sure
is it the
you're
guild?
okay,
Is the guild coming? How did you get involved with the guild? Is the
one step at a time.
Starts rubbing his forehead.
One step at a time, sir. Here, have a seat. Let's all just take this nice and calm. We're gonna help you get the ring. We're gonna help you get all the artifacts, but we're gonna need those boxes. We're gonna need them fast, so that we can make sure you stay safe. Whoever it might be, and we don't have all the information. We're not all up in your business, but we're gonna need those boxes to make sure we can keep you safe and get these back for you.
I don't understand that. What happened?
Well, you're clearly not the only one interested in these artifacts, as it happens. Now, mind you, I just met these lovely folks maybe a couple weeks ago. Lovely folks. You know, they know people and people know people. The point is, in order to get this stuff back for you and keep you safe from whoever might be coming after you, we're going to need the boxes.
Roll persuasion check.
Let's try this again.
Can Bran secretly bless her?
I'll say yeah.
I was going to say, Dante pricking his fingers with his little sword over to the side, help it all with advantage.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's guidance, so Emmy receives an extra D4 to add to her roll.
It's up to you. You can either take the D4 or you can take the advantage. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, it's either one? Do I have to decide before I roll?
Because Ryan is flicking his fingers, so you can either roll with advantage or you can take Branimir's bless or guidance.
Probably better to go with the advantage.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with advantage then. 1 and 2. Whew!
I was wrong.
Wow!
Oh no.
A 9 and an 8.
It's gonna be one of those days, guys. You put Emmy in charge, and here's what happens. You put her in charge of a situation she does not have any idea what she's even, like, who you guys are dealing with. She's just trying to be nice.
I just rolled a 7.
What? Yay. Bless this mess.
So, I don't understand. What has changed from before? See, if I give you the boxes, then I have nothing left. I don't have the ring. I don't have the boxes. I don't have anything. I don't have a problem sharing that with you, but I need to know what happened. I don't understand.
All right. Do you know a lady named what was her name again? She went by Platinum, but what was her actual name?
Erica.
Miss Erica
Fontaine or something.
goes by Platinum.
Where did you meet this person?
I only just met her now, but
So
these
she's-
folks seem to have a relationship. Lovely folks, all of them, really.
Is she associated with the casino?
She's the owner of the casino.
Oh, she's the boss lady. See, now I have puzzle pieces. Now I can start putting things together. Okay, so you met with the owner, and what? What changed? Why do we need to go now? We need to go. Yes.
Yes.
All right, okay. Like
And Jeremiah gets up and he grabs a leather satchel from underneath his desk, and he turns his back to the rest of the party. He mutters something very softly before walking around the room and start putting things in the bag. He starts putting clothes in. Yes, I picked this up the other day. I just had too many items. I needed the easy way to transport and go. I noticed we need to go. This is my way out. Come on. All right. So please tell me more. What happened? What changed? While I continue to pass this up, and he starts still picking things up off the floor. You see some clothes that are on the floor. He picks it up. He kind of sniffs it and then either throws it in the corner or throws it in the bag. He keeps going around as you guys are explaining things.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what changed because we're a little confused as to what Miss Erica is intending, but she seems to trust us just like you trust us to get this job done, which means we've got multiple people on our side, which works for you too.
So did she give you the ring?
She gave somebody the ring.
Who did she give the ring to? As he kind of stops and looks at Dante.
All right, okay. This. She.
Puzzle pieces, man. I need puzzle pieces. Tell me. Who did she give the ring to?
She's handed the ring back over to the authorities.
Okay, yes, it's time to go. He goes back over the desk and starts putting things, rummaging through the desk drawers, throwing stuff in.
Where are the boxes?
See, he gets it.
He does. He very much. The authorities are also coming after you. She's given them you.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
So, where are the boxes?
I have the boxes. No problem there. I have the boxes. We need to go. Here we know. He starts putting things into the bag. I have everything. We have everything we need. It's right here. We can go. Let's go. Where are we going to go?
What are you so worried about? It's just some prison time. You did something silly.
Oh boy.
Just prison time. Yeah. You know what? I'm not meant for prison there, sir. He starts putting things. He starts taking there's a pile of coins that are on the desk. He just scoops them in and shoves them into the bag.
All right. Everyone calm down. A panicked heart muddles the mind. Right? Just calm down. Camille kind of holds herself back for a bit. I can assure your safety for as long as you promise us those box thingies. Do you have a deal?
I have the box thingies. I will tell you everything that's in there. I will show them to you. We'll go over them. But we need not to do it here. Because if that was given to the authorities, they're going to be here anytime now. I don't know when they were given, but I can't stick around to find out. So where are we going? Where are you guys going to take me?
Emmy looks out the window just while this is going on now. She just peeks out the window to keep an eye out.
Puppy?
Camille looks at him and then looks at Bran and Dante and Emmy. It's like, where are we going to take him?
Never mind. I know where we need to go. Since we're on the route to these leads, these artifacts, I know a perfect place to go. The only way out of this mess is to find more artifacts. With you at my side, I'm sure we can do that much easier. We need to find Wonderkeep again. I was there before. It's where I found the boxes. It's where I found the ring. The sooner we find something impressive that we can show to them, the sooner I can come back to my job, to my life's work. I've been there before. I can show you the way. Yeah, we need to leave now, though. And he finishes. He buckles up the leather satchel, and you see that it's no bigger than it was when he first started. But it's this leather satchel that he just kind of clicks into place. He goes, "All right, ready?"
It does make a little sense if we can get his help to locate these places, and I suppose we don't really want to hurt him. All right, where are we going?
Where's Wonderkeep?
Wonderkeep. It's south of the city. It actually is a fabulous history. I can tell you along the way, but we can find that. That's where I found these artifacts. That's where we could probably find some more. But when I was there, it was a little scary. So with people, it might be a whole lot easier.
Scary.
So please. Well, I heard noises.
Noises.
There was noises. I don't know what they were. I heard noises, so
You're
got
gonna be
scared.
you're gonna be fun to have along on a trip.
I'm excited. Although, again, I don't want to be. If we are gonna go, pardon. If we are gonna go, let's maybe move along then.
I don't want to fight any more Talon Guard.
You can tell us
I
all
don't want
about
to
the
be
noises
seen
on the
by
way.
any more Talon Guard.
All right,
Alright.
settles it. Let's go. Let's go. Before.
Are you guys ready to leave, or what do we need to do?
It does. If there's no one coming up after us. Although, do you have another way to get out of here, or are we just gonna go out the front? Regardless, we can go.
Do you think we have time to grab
Our stuff.
our donkeys
And
and
Bugbear?
the wagon
Owlbear?
and Addie?
All right. So
Sid-
I think go ahead. Sorry, Ryan.
No, that's right. You go. That's fine.
No. Camiel, since she doesn't really have any earthly possessions, paladin, she is gonna go ahead and escort the guy whose name completely forgot his name.
Jeremiah Kobolds.
Michaels. Yes.
Jer.
Him.
Call him Jer.
Jeremiah.
Hey, Jeremiah Kobolds.
Jar.
Nothing.
Jer.
Some people say it's Kobold, but it's not. It's Kobold. Yeah.
Jer.
Okay, him.
Good work, Jared.
Maya?
While the others go get their items. Sound good?
I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
Actually, there's a point that I'd like to ask for the DM. Do we still? What about the items that we may or may not have kept in Boltzmann's infinite bag of holding?
I will say that the bag of holding was left behind. That after a few minutes there within the room, you noticed that the bag of holding is there.
Okay.
Did he have a separate bag of holding?
He only had one.
It was his, right? Like he created that.
No,
Yeah,
he bought it, didn't he?
No, you bought one that
Yeah, I
ended up
bought
being
one.
the sausage, and then
Yeah.
you guys had a haversack, a smaller one.
Oh, that's right, and he enchanted it. Okay, yeah. He did create
No,
that.
no, the haversack was what they gave you to ship the cursed the necklace.
Yeah, which
the
was
sacred
given
s-
to.
Did Wisteria run off with that?
Yeah, Wisteria.
Oh. You guys keep losing your stuff, man. I will say, for the sake of everything, yes, the
That's it.
the bag of holding was found in the room.
Buying a
Okay.
bag of holding next time we get our hands on one.
So does that mean that the bag will be inert since it's technically enchanted by Boltzmann?
No, the same way that your enhancements are still there until he cuts it off.
So, like, can we expect that it'll be cut off, or is that kind of a permanent thing?
I'll have to
Like, you
check
need
that
to-
and see. I don't know if that's like a permanent enhancement or if it's. I think it's one of his items. I think
Yeah.
you can recreate magical items, so I think that's one of his enhancements. So
Okay.
the same way as your shield will eventually go out when he needs it, That's the same way.
Okay, so we do need to put some thought into getting in another bag of holding.
As soon as we find one, I'll buy it.
But in the meantime, let's just say that it's on Brand's the hip, I guess.
Yep.
But we still do need to get the wagon and the 2 donkeys and Addie.
Where is this castle exactly, or this place? How far south?
It's south of the city. It's about an hour south. If we're going to split
Was
up,
that
we can... well, it's a little bit further than that, and a little bit more detailed than just south, but I can help you guys find that. If you guys want to meet us at the southern edge of the city, we can... that'd be a good place, because I'd rather not go down next to the gallery, where you guys all are staying.
That's okay. Well, how are you going to get through the gate?
Amiel, you could handle that with your new bird friend.
My new companion, yes?
Yes, the bird.
It's not a bird.
What a bird?
It's a giant bird.
You're a bird.
I do not think I've been introduced to this giant, lovely bird.
When did you get a
I
bird?
don't think any of us are aware.
What is it with people and pets
You're
in this
quite
group?
aware.
Camille has a bird. A giant bird
I
that she
didn't get
can
a
ride.
pet.
We're gonna
Is
all
this
that.
going to be
See?
part of the
You have
initiation?
an orb.
Everybody's
You're
gonna
gonna
want a
That's
pet
true.
now. Like, see, Emmy wants another pet. Wants a pet. What's next? We've got this little
You
guy
got
Another
your
here.
pet.
donkeys.
It's like having another pet already.
Wait. We're getting distracted by pets, which I want one, by the way. We need to get a move on.
Exactly.
Alright.
And it's not a
But
bird.
I do want a pet.
It is not a pet either.
Oh.
All right. Let's go. And she starts like pushing Kamael towards the door and still saying like, yeah, it's fine. We got to go, but I do want a pet. But we've got to go, but I'm getting a pet.
Get you a hamster on the way out.
So,
Really? Oh, I'd love that. Thank you. But we've got to go. And I wanted to be a cute hamster.
so Cam, are you calling your
Yeah, Ethion.
Ethion? So as you guys are kind of walking down the stairs, Camiel and Jeremiah are standing like on this patio landing, and you say the name, and you see this large swish of red, fiery creature kind of swoop down, land on top of the building where you're at, and you can kind of climb up there, hold a hand down, and get Jeremiah on your back. I will say that normally it's only good for one person. Jeremiah's kind of smaller. He's kind of round and rotund, but he's not huge. He's kind of a small figure anyway, so I'll allow it. But on the normal, and especially during combat, it wouldn't be allowed.
Of
Just
course.
going forward.
Thank you. Leon.
Yep. So because he's small, he can kind of grab onto you, and as long as you're not doing anything too wild, you guys can make your way. He kind of points you where the southern road will kind of lead out of town, and you guys can go just past that, kind of touch down and wait for the other ones. The rest you kind of go into town, kind of gather your things.
Was that the first time we've seen it?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
the
so
hell
you
did
guys
that
see
come
this-
from?
See? Giant bird.
Amazing.
What?
Oh,
Oh.
y'all are so cool.
I want a pet now.
See? See?
Wait.
What about your
We
2
all
donkeys?
deserve a nice pet.
Oh, they're
yeah.
you know,
Donkeys,
That's
donkeys.
true.
they're you know,
Camiel has a phoenix.
they're just friends. They're just, I don't know. I keep them around to keep me company, like you know. But
That's what a pet is for.
what's going on?
Keeping good company.
But I want to fly.
It's not a pet.
One day we can get you a pet too that flies.
Okay.
Or I'm sure you'll meet one along the way y'all go. Goodness.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go get our donkeys and our owlbear
The wagon.
and the wagon. Doesn't fly, but we'll get it. And
If we still had boltsman, he could add some sort of rockets to the back
sure.
of it.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. I reckon he could. I think he could.
Best I can do is a misty step.
And as you guys are walking down the street, just right near the Riverside Inn, you see this trail of just ethereal magic kind of cutting through the night sky as you see this bird, rocketing across the sky.
Not very subtle, but anyway.
How beautiful.
Everyone can see where you're going.
I want to write a book about it. Oh, that must be so romantic up there.
You think she's... was it suddenly turned into a date?
Oh my. You think so?
No.
No, he's much too nervous.
Here
She's
she
a
goes,
lot of woman for him.
Here she goes, I hope it goes better than mine.
You
Don't
got
worry.
food on yours. They ain't getting food up there.
True.
He's still hooked, he's still hooked on. You'll find. He'll wait.
Oh, I hope that we're not associated with this man being missing. You don't think... I mean, Platinum is trying to get us to get this information. She wouldn't suspect or incriminate us for helping him get away. You think, right?
I think... Who knows? It's,
Here's the catch, is I really like to know things.
Could have fooled me.
Huh?
What? Alright, okay, let's go. Get the carts and the donkeys. Whose names I've already forgot. Priest and... God, what was it?
Clockwork.
Clockwork and Priest.
Clockwork and Priest. There we go. My notes are shambles. I gotta fix these up.
You just called it church?
Yeah.
Church.
Well, it's close, right?
Church and
Onward
priest.
church.
Church and Clockwork Tower. No. Yeah. We
I
get
didn't get the connection then either.
the.
So you're able to grab your two beloved donkeys.
And Eddie.
And Addie.
In our stuff rooms.
And clear your stuff in the rooms, if you'd like. And basically take out of Ropeburg. It's late. It's getting later. It's already probably... You guys were there at 6, so it's, by the time you reach the edge of town...
Yep.
And after already having the discussion, it's probably 7:30, coming on 8 o'clock after you guys had the discussion, and then we're able to gather things and make your way out.
DM, can Dante would like to just... I'm assuming... I don't even know how many days we've paid for. Like how many days we had left. But he wants to make it sound like he'd go up to the barkeep or whoever was sorting out the rooms and just we just have to... We're going out for the night for some celebrations, but we'd like to keep the rooms, and he'll give over another platinum. It's like just an extra to hold those rooms for us. We should be back tomorrow, and we'll probably be here for another few days, if that's okay.
Okay, no problem. We'll hold your room.
Wonderful.
So yeah, you're able to grab your stuff, hold your room, and make your way to the southern edge of Ropeburg. Even with the cart, it probably takes you a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes to leave kind of the build of civilization, because the size of Ropeburg is just so big. It's kind of sprawling in some ways. But once outside the town proper, you can see kind of the gentle plains of Amma, our agricultural center. Once again, you see farms kind of line the main road. Actually, as you first leave town, you see a few signs, hiring signs coming for the upcoming harvest, where you see farms that are beginning to be able to employ some people, be able to help out in the fields. It's about an hour outside the city. You guys are able to meet up and continue going. It's about an hour outside. About an hour outside of Ropeburg, probably 8-9 o'clock. It's definitely dark now. You guys still heading, or are you guys trying to camp for the evening?
Well, if we're far enough out, and we can always set, make sure nobody's sneaking up on us. If we're far enough out, we should probably rest before we handle whatever made the noises.
Please, he probably farted and just didn't realize. The echo. The echo got him or something.
I might say we ought to be sure, but if y'all think we should push on. And then he kind of stretches and yawns really dramatically.
Dante's just looking around at the other two. The other three, I should say.
I mean, nothing a good lightning bolt can't fix.
I'm gonna shock her.
Y'all are funny.
Alright, well...
So are you guys stopping or not? It was unclear.
Yeah, I was not sure. Okay, like, do we want to rest? Who wants to rest? We just make a quick rest? Is it...
I'd say, yeah, quick rest.
So as you guys are talking about that, trying to decide if you guys are going to stop for the night in the wagon, I'll say this is going to go on in character. He sees this. You see this old oak tree. It's one of the largest that you've seen in the area. It kind of sticks out. It instantly reminds you, especially Camiel, it reminds you of the tree that you planted only a week or so ago. This big, stunning oak tree that's just in the middle of all this other, small foliage. It's a stunning difference from the rest of the trees around it. Jeremiah's face kind of lights up at the side of the tree and goes, "This is the landmark!" And he grabs the reins and jerks to the right into the open field. Dante, make an animal handling check as you are unaware that he was about to do this. Make it with disadvantage.
I am going to spoil his day. I tell you what.
Oh no.
Come on. What's the... Oh, there we go.
Oh God!
Ooh.
Oh no!
The cart flips over.
Well,
The beyond 20's changed, so I didn't realize how to do what then. So. Dante.
Wait, you just said beyond 20?
Yeah. I'm rolling through D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
yeah, the app.
Into Roll20.
They've updated Beyond 20, which is
cool.
the interface with Roll20.
So you're saying the rolls are not as good now?
Well, yeah, sure. That's exactly what I mean.
That's what I mean.
DM, is Etheon still with me, or what happened there?
It's up to you. Whether if you want to be strolling down the road or flying above these guys, how are you handling it?
I want to make Dante even more saltier. Let's keep Etheon for a bit.
So are you with the party, like on the ground, walking,
On the
or
ground.
are you with the...
On the ground, yes.
Okay.
Where's your pet?
Not a pet.
So as the cart jerks off of the main road into this open field, let me, the donkeys kind of get spooked and start charging a little bit, and you are now going full blast. The cart is now bouncing a good foot and a half every time that it just hits a bump into this open field. What are you guys doing?
Me? I'd love to kick the little shit out of the cart and then take over the reins and pull it up. Try and stop the mules from going nuts.
Everybody in the cart, give me a dexterity check.
Oh dear. I can't imagine why I wouldn't be in the cart.
Dexterity.
I'm gonna say if you don't get a 10, you've fallen out of the cart somehow.
So just a dex save?
Wow.
It's a dex save to be able to save yourself in the cart.
Oh no!
Ah!
Fran, no!
Bran got a 2.
One gets a nat 1, one gets a nat 20.
No.
I'd like to let you know, DM, that I actually have. I can save because of my armor. A heavy armor master, so that's considered bludgeoning damage. So therefore,
You still fall out
what
the
I'm
cart, you
hearing.
just don't take it when you fall out. You don't take any damage.
You don't bite it.
So as the cart hits this large divot into the ground. It just one of the wheels gets donk, and you just fly up in the air as the cart just bounces
the windshield.
3 feet. You just bounce out of the back of the cart. You kind of tuck and roll, and because of your heavier armor master, you're able to kind of roll to on your back and flat onto it. But you don't take any bludgeoning damage. But you do fall out of the cart
Oh no.
as it's charging forward.
Oh
Dante, make another animal handling check.
Oh my
At least I'm out of that
God.
situation. I'm out.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Camille.
So I made
Like,
a
what
dex,
is even happening?
I'm out of there.
I made a dex check as well, and I didn't know. I obviously didn't want to jump out of the damn thing. Is that just to keep my my sanity?
Yeah,
to keep my
No. That's if it was a 10 or below, you would have fallen out
okay.
because of the bump. But you saved, so you are firmly seated. You didn't even feel the bump. You are laser focused either on Jeremiah, trying to make sure he doesn't, or try to kill him, or focus on the donkeys.
That may happen. 12.
Yeah, because of that dex save, I'm going to say that you actually are calm and collected, so you make it at normal, and you're able to kind of slow the donkeys down a little bit, grab it real tight, pull back on it, and get those donkeys to slow down a little bit. You just see Jeremiah look up. Why did we stop?
Dada's just staring at him. You ever
He
touched?
kind of looks in the back.
You ever
He looks in the back and sees that Dante is falling out.
Bran is falling out.
Oh yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, Camille
Mr. Jeremiah.
she actually picks up Bran and she just watches as this thing just yeets out of there. And so she she makes sure that Bran's alright. But
Bran is just lying flat on his back.
oh my god.
He spits out grass.
I know.
Raises out a he just lies flat, and then he raises his arm in the air, and he just kind of waves off Cameo like, I'm fine.
She charges over to the donkeys and kind of just trots beside it as they eventually slow down. And she looks at Dante, then looks at Jeremiah, and as he asks, like, why are we stopping? She just gives him a glare, like, what do you think you're doing?
This is the way. I mean,
If you ever touch the reins of my cart again,
One
I will
step at a time, everyone.
cut
All
the
right.
thumbs off.
It's okay. Everyone, no one's dead.
Bran
No
could
one's
have
dead.
snapped his neck. He's very important, just so you know.
Nope. Collar guards.
See?
Bran points at his his armor. I'm good. It's got cushioning.
Jeremiah, don't you ever do that again, or I'll let Dante do things to you. Swear to
Oh
the
my.
gods.
Oh, I'll do things, alright.
Oh, we're all alive. You said this was a landmark, Mr. Jeremiah?
yes, that tree over there is my reminder point to be able to make this turn right here. Even though there's no road here, this will lead us to Wonderkeep.
Well then, we've got a landmark, y'all. Are we going to keep trudging forward? Or perhaps that little bit of excitement means we need a little bit of a rest.
I don't know what is Saoirse's speciality in terms of what her favored enemies
Forest?
are.
Oh.
But I believe that's what it means. It only tracks favored enemies. The whole thing where she can sense, what was it, primordial awareness?
Yes.
Or Miles.
Yeah, once a day she can do a primordial awareness that basically lets her know if there's any undead, or I think she chose aberration the last time she did it.
Aberrational. Okay.
But I think it's undead as well. She can sense it within a mile or within 6 miles if she's in favorite terrain, but her favorite terrain is forest. So there's no forest around. It's definitely in the plains. You guys are kind of like in an open field now, off the main road a little bit, almost to the other side of this field.
I thought that was a passive. I didn't know that was like
No, it's a spell.
I see.
I think maybe for safety's sake, knowing about the Shadow Queen, she would probably do. She might be willing to do that. So I'll say that, yeah, she kind of takes a second to pause and kind of focus on that kind of energy, and she comes back with a kind of a puzzled look. She does not get the same intense feeling as she felt when the Shadow Queen was around. And Camiel, the same way, you have that undead within a certain amount of range where you get that bad odor. You don't have that sense of anything that close, but she does have little things here and there that are showing up and popping up within her range. Nothing major, nothing seriously close, but within her range she does feel the presence of some undead things and some aberrations. But nothing in her general immediate vicinity.
All right.
So are we setting up camp here?
Is it is it that time of night, or are we continuing?
Yeah, it's definitely dark. It's definitely 9 o'clock
okay.
now.
Yep. Sorry, for some reason when we were talking about camping before, the tree came up, and for some reason I thought it was the next day.
Nope. 8, 9 o'clock. So you guys can pull to the side of this kind of open field, get more towards kind of one of the rows of wild grasses and things that are on the side that are a little bit taller. Kind of hide yourself in the main road.
Starde's gonna look at the tree. This isn't going to impose itself on me again, is it?
You guys are pretty far from the tree. The tree was on the other side of the road, and then he made it was on the right side of the road, and then he made a hard left into the field, and you guys are now across the field. So it is, you can see it in the distance, just barely, because you've kind of picked a spot that's kind of hidden from the main road. But yeah, you walk a few feet away from the campsite, you can kind of get a clear look at that tree. But it is 1,000 feet away.
And keep as far away from it still as on the other side of the camp.
You guys kind of sit down, are able to make camp. Anyone when doing anything specific?
Emmy's just, when she makes her camp, it's just, kind of set off a little bit from the others with her, until she goes to bed or she settles in, she's not going to set her alarm spell, but she has her usual spot over, like, if there's any kind of bushes or something, a little off to the side. But otherwise, if they're, like, chilling and eating and by a fire or something, she'll be there.
Actually, Camiel will notice this, and she's noticed it. I'm gonna say twice now, since they had that one occasion where where Dante was being attacked by that wonderfully plus-sized woman.
Forest.
Yes.
Big, beautiful Batibat.
Yes, and she does notice this with Emmy. So while everyone's setting up camp and making sure that there's a fire going on, and Bran probably preparing dinner, so I'm not too sure. She's actually gonna go over to Emmy a little, and she doesn't want to intrude too much, so she makes a lot of noise to make sure that Emmy hears her, and she calls out, Emmy?
Yes, darling?
Why are you so far away from us every time you're making the camp?
Oh, is this far?
It's a little far. Let's say, for example, you get attacked. It's going to take a while for us to even know that you're safe.
Oh, no, it's fine. I've got an alarm spell up. It's all fine.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. It's just, I would think, if... perhaps just growing up a little different. But I figure every lady needs a little bit of her privacy.
I wouldn't know what that is, but I suppose so, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's fine. I always put up my little alarm spell, and I just make sure everything's nice and cozy, as much as you can in the woods, or in a plane, or on the run from secret police. But it's no big deal.
I mean, if it's security and privacy that you're worried about, Bran and Dante won't do anything silly.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm not worried about those two silly boys. No, just I suppose I'm just used to some of my creature comforts.
Right. Camille just kind of squints her eyes a little bit.
And Emmy's like right back to, just making sure that the her tent is set up in just such a way, and the face is tilted in such a way, and just it seems kind of meticulous the way she sets it up.
All right. Well, if you need anything, just call over, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll go ask Bran if he's going to be cooking something, and I'll call over to you.
Yes, please. Oh, if he makes more of those apple things. Oh, those are so good. Weren't they so good?
They were delicious.
Oh, I hope he makes those. We should probably hint to him and see if we can't get some more of those, along with some of the sausages, because those sausages are actually still really good.
Well, the sausages are always available. You just have to ask him for his sausages.
I should more often ask Bran for his sausage.
Why do I get this tingling feeling in the back of my neck?
And then with that, Camille will join the others. Suspicious. She's still a little suspicious, but she's not gonna press.
Yeah, and Emmy's gonna, when she's done, she's gonna go back in and wait to hear anything, but she's gonna continue. She's got a few more spells I think she has to scratch into her grimoire.
Yeah, Bran will be making some dinner.
Okay.
Attempting, anyway.
What you making?
Let's see here. What do we got in the cookbook? We're gonna be making some apple and spice pork tenderloin.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Yes.
Oh Lord, please let this be good. Yeah, Brandon is gonna be doing this with a big sore on his backside. That is an intelligence roll. Oh my god. Okay.
You have a cooking, don't you? Inside your
I do.
skills? Yeah, okay.
Just confirming if it was intelligence or not.
Hmm.
Okay. Not bad.
15. Okay. So yeah, you're able to prepare this dish. And soon the camp begins to smell like fried apples with the pork pork tenderloin kind of smelling up the entire camp, inviting everyone in to be able to join in. Jeremiah definitely takes a plate, and as he does, he kind of, after a few bites, he kind of sets it down. He goes, "I did promise you. Let's. It's a lot to take in, so let's do one of these now, since everyone's here." And then he begins to take. He reaches into it. He takes his leather satchel that's still across his body. He's not taking it off of his person. He kind of lifts it up to his mouth and kind of turns his back to you guys, says something, and then opens up the satchel, and then reaches in and pulls out one of the boxes, similar to what you had seen previously. And as he kind of opens it up, begins to play. Turn up the
Reign of King Bertrand Ear,
background.
488 BK. I have traveled from Soderhamn to a private residence just south of Roterberg that the group has made their residence between journeys. Wanderkeep, a gift from the House of Oiscaith. Large but modest dwelling, well suited for the hero's needs when training or resting. Unknown to most, they seem to have found refuge here from the crowds of admirers that plague them in the larger towns. It is hard for a hero to sleep in peace in Soderhamn. Atlas has said all the right things to make me comfortable, but this group has been alone together for so long now that my presence surely takes a toll. They tell jokes that only they get. They are seemingly short-tempered with each other. They have vulgar names for each other that they only say when the other is not listening. At times, they bicker more than siblings. At one point, I worried for my own safety, as I thought things between them would surely come to blows. But perhaps I've been in the societal life for too long, and it shows. The veneer of pleasantries given to lords and ladies, when used within these halls, leave a bad taste in the heroes' mouths, and I am trying desperately to adjust to these new challenges. At one time I would have jumped in and exchanged witty barbs with Valor, or joined the others when making faces at Atlas's excessive leadership. It will take me longer than I thought to work up my own self-confidence to get any opportunity at all to ask my questions. Fourth year, second month, 21st day of the reign of King Bertrand Ear.
Greg, turn it off.
I did. Check, turn it down.
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. There. So as he kind of goes over and plays this, he kind of so this is exactly the place that they were talking about. This was actually where they stayed when they were in Roteberg. There's a way to be able to kind of get away from the people and get away from the crowds. So I think this place is why this place has significance, and why I found the ring here is because this is where they used to stay. This was their place. They had places in Soderham, but most of the time they stayed in the castle with the king. This was their place, and because it was so secretive, because it was given to them through the Oskith, it just wasn't known about. So that's why it's important. That's why I think there's still things to be found here.
And you think something could be defending you?
I don't know. It's possible. I think many stories in history of past adventures and tombs of heroes typically are not just left alone, especially if they still exist. They still exist for a reason. Most likely because something's keeping it there. Keeping a watch.
That is how the stories go.
But that's why when I heard noises, I think it was time for me to leave. I needed somebody with me. Like you brave folk.
Mm-hmm.
Can you at least explain to us what kind of noises you're hearing?
Well, I don't know. It wasn't a growl. It wasn't... I'll show you where I was tomorrow, and then we'll see if those noises exist.
Alright, then.
It'd be a little anticlimactic if they didn't. Now I'm itching for something.
I mean, it's a forest. It makes a lot of noises. Doesn't have to be dangerous.
True. There are many common types of bird species and perhaps smaller mammal species. But it ain't as much fun as like a kobold or a goblin, and the ancient heroes that got to fight fun things like owl bears. Oh, I mean, no offense, Addie.
You make the chewy noise.
Just for clarification from the DM,
Yep.
he said, what did he say about what got passed through Oskith?
The house, the keep, was a gift from Oskith to the Vindex.
The box.
No, the Vindex.
From the Vindex to from
Oskith to the Vindex. Yes.
So it was basically their home.
It was their keep that was remained at least partially secretive to history because depending on the time period, the Oskith family was not a good name to have. And Emmy, you would know this. I wouldn't even make you roll it because of your advanced history checks there. You have one of the few person I know with a passive history of like a 20.
That's me.
So, the basic lineage of the Oskith family was at one time, they were the kings of Amma. When it first started, they were the kings of Amma. And then they were eventually taken over by the Ear family. And there was a kind of a confrontation and a coup, basically, by the Ear family to take over the Oskith family. So the Oskith families have always been on the outside, kind of looking in after that. And they built themselves back up, and with the Vindex were very loyal, especially Atlas, to the Ear family, to the Ear, because of Atlas's communication with King Ear. But it was also it was interesting that the Oskith family had gifted this to the Vindex as a place to stay because they had no place where they couldn't call their own, and anywhere in Ropeburg they were always surrounded by crowds of people, and they had this fame and notoriety from this recording that you just heard. This was their way of escaping to their own home place that nobody knew about.
Sorry, I don't think I understood the last part where it's okay. So the Vindex were loyal to King Ear because of Atlas's relationship with King Ear.
Yes, from what you would know and what has been given partially to the others.
Right.
The Ear family, the King Ear, started the Vanguard group one of the first the Vanguard groups was the Vindex Populi, run by Atlas.
Okay, then how did Osgith get the keep to the Vindex?
The Index, by that time, in that time of history, in that time of history, was already reestablished. They were unestablished and then kind of reestablished. So they had enough power that they still were in existence. They were known to be around, but they were not the outcasts that they were at a different time in history.
Okay.
So they still had money and they still had power, and they became a family and a noble family, and had gifted this to the Vindex as their way to help them be able to get away from Ropeburg.
Perfect. Thank you.
And I'll even say that as you guys talk about this, you and Jeremiah have a very long discussion about all of this and going through history and dates and connecting dots and things like that. Very interested in what you know and what he knows, and kind of piecing things together and making sure that you have the complete picture, at least as far as he understands it.
Yeah. And I might even ask him what he knows about maybe the history of, without actually saying about what we know about the countdown, but what he knows about the history of Tribus Day and, any fun bits of information he might have about that. That might be helpful for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't say anything specific. And actually, when you talk to him about this, you tell him about the information that you had gotten from Professor Vorman, talking about him returning, the King Ear returning to Soderham with this shield on his back. That was something that he did not know. That was something that doesn't really stick out to him, because the shield is not of importance. But it was the first time that iconography is being used with Ear. After that, is that heart shape. So hearing that he came back to Amma and Soderham with that shield is something new that he was not aware of. And he was like, I wonder what your sources are for that. I'll have to take you up on being able to get that information.
Oh, trust me, I am just a sponge when it comes to information.
So you guys are able to be able to have a fairly peaceful night. I won't make anyone do any perception checks over the break, over the rest. But you guys can all have a long rest, reset spells if you like.
Yay!
Yay!
You guys are able to wake up in the morning, refreshed, especially Saoirse and Camiel being out of the city, being into the surroundings of nature. You guys have had a good night's rest.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Oop.
portend is good today.
Oh, lovely.
Let's see that.
Oh, wait a minute. That was the cooking. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
So you guys want to do anything else before you guys set off for Wanderkeep? Sorry.
Bran would actually turn to Jeremiah as he's packing his things and he's putting away his cooking utensils and putting them into his pack.
Mm-hmm.
Bran kind of shifts his gaze over to the tree, and he'll turn to Jeremiah and he'll kind of ask, "The Vindex had a druid in their party, didn't they?"
Very much so.
Do you reckon that tree has something to do with that druid?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so.
No, because I put that tree there. I found a vendor that was selling these coins, and I knew the kind of location of this place. And then I found it, and I marked it, and I put that tree there so that I would be able to find this place again. Made it easy on myself.
Does Camiel hear this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And she hears him mention the coin, and she looks to Bran, gives him a wide-eyed stare, and then looks at Jeremiah. And sorry, a coin?
Yes. It's fairly rare, but I was able to luckily find one in one of the shops not so long ago. One of the magic shops in town had one of these Fey coins. It's fairly rare. It was the first one that I've ever saw, but I needed something, a permanent structure to be able to mark this so that I could always remember without having to write down this information and perhaps give it away to someone else. You know, I wanted to make sure that it was with me. I'm sorry, maybe that's why I got excited last night when I saw the tree there and just kind of, Bran kind of took a tumble there. I apologize for that.
Are
Yeah, I'm still feeling it too.
Are Fey coins common? Or
No, this is very rare. Very rare. I've only ever seen the one that I used, but luckily I was able to find it.
where exactly did you get this Fey coin?
There's a magic shop in the Market District. It's actually called the Magic Door.
And he giggles.
Sorry?
He finds all sorts of stuff. If there's something rare, he may not have it, but he'll be able to find it. I happen to go in there. I go in there and check every once in a while, especially when I'm flush from coin from a good hand. I mean, when I have the means, I go in and check out and see what he has. It's interesting to find things like that. Never seen one before.
Huh. That is very interesting. She slowly just looks away and pays it no other mind. She just found it interesting. Rather startling, but that's about it.
Do you know the significance of the coins?
Well, I do know that they're Fey in origin, but I don't know specifics. There's some that exist, and I believe that with the right magic it could be made. It's just a lot of effort for something that's not so practical, I guess. If you have time, you could plant a regular seed and it'll be there. But if you don't have time, it's a good thing.
Let's see. And Bran will just continue to pack up his things and still kind of suspiciously eye the tree regardless.
It's a lot better than putting a sign that says Vindex artifacts this way.
Camille slowly just gives him a look as she's properly putting on her armor.
Anything else before you guys head out?
Dante's fine with heading off.
Yeah, I mean, had her morning routine, kind of caught the tail end of the conversation where she giggled. Then she's all packed up. It's as if she were never there.
Is the card all ready?
Dante would have made sure it was ready to go. Let's-
So you guys are able to head out, and you guys are traveling through this kind of field, and then you get into some hilly areas, kind of past that. You travel for about 20-30 minutes from where you're at, and every once in a while, Jeremiah will kind of point in a general direction. You're still going basically towards the east from the road. Going east towards the road, away from the road. But it kind of keeps you in a general location. And at one point, he sees in the far distance this grove of trees that kind of sticks out a little bit because it's pretty dense, especially from anything else in the area. There's this very dense patch of woodland. And he starts pointing and smiling. He goes, "There you go, right over there." And you guys travel for another 10 minutes or so and get near the edge of this. It's dense enough that the wagon will no longer fit. So you guys, what do you guys want to do?
How long are we going to be spending in there? I was like, is this going to be an overnighter, or are we just going in and out?
Well, I was here for just a day when I was here the first time. I came back a second time, and that's when I heard the noises and left fairly suddenly. I would say probably just no more than a day. We'll probably be back this evening.
Oh.
It's pretty early still.
One day got you one artifact. Were they all together?
Yes. What I found was I checked the floor that this was on, and I'll show it to you when we're there. But I was very lucky to be able to find this, but I don't think there's anything else there. There may be something below, but we'll find that out. We'll see. Well, I just know that we'll probably be back this evening. It's still early.
Well, I figure perhaps Saoirse can help me find a... Well, if we can find a campsite for one, like a little secluded, perhaps like a glade or something like that, or a recess somewhere that we can set up a little out of the way so no one can stumble upon the wagon and the horses, and I assume Addie. will probably hang unless Bran wants to bring her along.
I don't think we should bring Addie into a dark, dangerous underground basement.
Not until I give her stats.
Such a good
Yeah.
daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, and Addie is capable of combat, so
She can look after the horses.
yeah.
Eat anything that comes into.
It's just a one shot with it's just playing as the priest in Clockwork and Addie holding off on their own.
That's an adventure there.
Lemmy winks. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I would say with Saoirse, especially with Saoirse, you'd be able to pull in deep enough into the forest and find the patch through this wood area where you're not visible from any of the areas around it. You're kind of into the forest enough. No, you think you get stuck at one point, but you're okay. It's deep in enough where you're concealed. And she actually takes one of the smaller trees and actually cuts it down so that she can there's enough room to be able to make space for this where the wagon is able to fit in and be hidden from the area.
Well, he'll lock the wagon and let the horses roam a little bit, sort of tie them up enough that they won't wander too far.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like create like a rope run between some trees so that they can have a bit of space to wander around, but not too much. Just so that the wagon's there and secure as best they can while they're not there.
Addie sees you guys setting all this up, and she instinctually just clamps to the back of the cart. Little sad face on her.
Oh, Bran will go over to Addie and stroke her feathers and kind of hand over maybe I'll say 4 sausages. 4 sausages. I think that's enough for a dungeon, don't you think?
I want to spoil her.
4 sausages, yeah.
Only 4 sausages per dungeon day.
Yeah.
Good sausages.
I'll start thinking about putting together an Addie stat sheet.
Oh no. Oh
It's
no.
getting big. Keep eating the sausages.
Have to get some armor. So she
I'm
can be like a
thinking
daddy.
about it.
Care of
I'm
her.
thinking about it.
Just so she can be like a daddy.
Parting.
So you guys set up the camp or the space for the horses / donkeys, and the owlbear, and eventually you're able to work yourself deeper into the forest, and Jeremiah kind of leading the way. Wow. Knows exactly where he's going, and pulls through the woods. Saoirse is impressed by his sure-footedness through this glade here, this woodland area, and you're able to pull through. And after about a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes of walking, you get to a point where you find this wall. Clearing this clearing where there's a stone wall is kind of there, but also in ruins. You see this stone wall that's kind of been overtaken by the elements there. There's all sorts of sections that are still standing, but most of it's kind of collapsed upon itself, or collapsed to the elements, or overtaken by grass where it's almost completely covered in like a mossy grass, or worn down in sections and just kind of torn apart by nature itself. You find a spot where most of it is collapsed in, and you're able to kind of make it through this area where it's kind of emptied out, and this open area is now existing into this wall, and you find basically an estate, but there's no house standing. There's pieces of house standing. This is definitely in ruins. You find the remains of what this house is. The stone wall, the stone embankment that's kind of like this foundation still sits, and this footprints of what this house used to be remains. But the rest of it is gone. The walls that stood, you don't know if it was one story or two, because there's just nothing there to to show any kind of definition of what this used to be, other than this kind of firm set foundation and outline of what this house, the footprint of what this house was. There are some interior walls that are stone that were still there in pieces. Nothing remains fully intact. There's no interior of the structure. You are still outside, but the pieces of this structure still remain here and there. Jeremiah kind of walks over to one. He kind of explaining, this was once a grand keep, hidden away out of sight of Ropeburg. The Oskith family actually made this their residence when hiding from Ears after the Ears took over Ropeburg. Civil war of sorts. A hidden son of the king Oskith, the Prince Xander Oskith, was kept here for a time about 597 BK, before eventually he was helped by Patrium royalty. But over here, this I believe this to be maybe a study, or maybe, I'm not quite sure, but this is where he points to this corner where one of the few half walls are still up, and in the corner this is kind of overtaken by moss and decay, but you see that it's been cleared out, and you kind of push through and you see the kind of clear stone where someone has already been, and this of all the decay around it, this spot has been less touched by nature, and you see there was something there that he has taken. He said that this is where the bag was. I found the ring, I found the sound boxes, but as soon as I emptied the bag just disintegrated.
Almost like it was meant for you to find it.
Well,
Or
it
it's
was
very
probably very old. If this was Vindex, this would have been. He thinks for a moment. This would have been close to 500 BK, maybe 490 or so when they actually took advantage of the residency here. So yeah, it's very very interesting. And he kind of points to one section where there is you're still within the footprint, but there's no stone floor there. It kind of disappears, and you see it kind of deteriorate into like this hole where vegetation has kind of come up and kind of overwhelmed it. So you see lots of vines and grass that have kind of come up out of this absence of stone flooring and kind of pushed out over the edges of this section. And he goes, I think this is where a wooden staircase to the cellar used to be. This is where I heard the noise. I kind of peeked down in there and I heard something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I heard something.
It could be many things, but Dante, would you in your fleet-footed self like to go and check?
Of course, Captain.
Actually, before Dante does that, could everyone gather around?
Sure.
And he was just about to put her face up by where the opening was, and then Bran spoke, and it was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we'll wait." Okay.
Bran's gonna wait till everyone's gathered around, and then he's going to kind of bow his head, mutter a few words under his breath, and I suppose you all feel a sort of warmth or some sort of warm energy, kind of an aura, so to speak, kind of surround you. And I'm basically just casting Aid beforehand, which adds 5 temporary HP
Nice, thank you.
to everyone.
Ooh.
5 HP.
Lasts for 8 hours.
Coolsies.
Thank you.
Does D&D Beyond have a place to put? Oh, yes, it does. Temporary HP.
Yep.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
As you guys are gathered around, and right before that kind of warm sensation fills you all, Jeremiah is in the middle of all you, and you hear
Frogs.
what? From which direction?
roll a perception check.
Would that be for anyone who wants to figure that out?
Anyone that heard the gurgle?
Oh boy. Well, I'm not even gonna roll now.
14. Whoa!
Oh, that hurts.
Dante heard a girl.
Dante, you heard this, and you notice it's coming directly from Jeremiah himself.
Oh!
His stomach is gurgling, and he kind
for
of
fuck's
rubs
sake.
it for half a second, and then the aide kind of takes over, and he sees him get a big warm smile on his face.
Dante's just head whipped around one direction and then back, and then all of a sudden he looks down at Jeremiah, and he's not impressed one little bit.
My stomach gets kind of icky sometimes, especially when I'm nervous. Sorry about that.
You're going at the back, away from me.
Yes.
Brain kind of escorts him to the side, and as he does so, as he's turning around to return to the others, he kind of slips Jeremiah a single sausage.
Thank you very much. Never know when I can always use a good snack. Takes a big bite out of it.
And we need a
You
sausage emote.
scared the shit out of me, DM. I was like, talk about the
expecting, like,
timing
one
of
of
my
those-
aid. The timing of my aid was impeccable.
I just want
Waiting on one of those giant frog monsters to come out and
Yeah.
like instantly attack us.
to not impressed.
And with that, we are going to take our break, and we will be back in about 10 minutes and find out what more noises we can find within this Wonder Keep.
As long as he
Oh
stays behind me.
boy.
Better stay behind me.
Give me 1 second.
Alive!
that me back?
Oh, right.
Well,
Good one, Ryan.
I already
Poor
pushed
DM.
the button.
You're
You
gonna
already
be
pushed the
rolling
button.
on disadvantage now.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back and joining us as we're about to travel into this this newfound place. I wanted to say thank you to the follows. Waffle Crackers 23. I don't think I've said your name before, so thank you for the follow. If you're in chat, thank you. And Cosmic 21 followed last week. Thank you for all that. We appreciate any kind of support we can get.
lawful
Well-
good or lawful evil?
Waffle, as in
Waffle
doughy,
like
Oh.
doughy fried dough.
Waffle. The good,
Waffle.
I like
delicious.
it. Waffle good, waffle evil.
That's actually pretty funny. Waffle good.
Waffle good.
Oh, that's adorable.
I am waffle good.
Waffle
Cranberry juice.
cranberry juice.
So we appreciate any support, no matter your alignment or your breakfast pastry alignment.
Pancakes all the way.
I'll fight you with waffles.
Fight me.
All right. Sella. Why not both? All right. So you guys have been shown this hole in the ground and told that's where the noises come from, even though you were also exposed to Jeremiah's noise. What you guys doing?
Making
Emmy
sure.
is well familiar with holes in the ground.
It is called Dungeons and Dragons.
Dante's happy to go first. As much as he'd love someone else to do it, he's not gonna expect Emmy to go wandering into a strange, abandoned basement or whatever it is. Yeah, he'll just go forward. Did you say that was there a door? Was it like
No door. It's kind of the grass and the vines have kind of pushed up over this space, so it's kind of like full of vegetation, but you can kind of push it away a little bit and see, once you push it back in towards the wall, you can see like this empty space between the stone wall and kind of down. It kind of drops down about 15 feet.
Any stairs or anything like that?
No. Whatever used to be there is no longer there.
So it's literally sort of like a hole in the ground now.
Yep.
Alright. He'll bust out some rope, or like to think they use Sersha's rope to set up camp, so he'll bust out his rope to tie it off somewhere. Looks like we're climbing, friends.
Just
Oh,
like
no.
old times.
Fun.
Will Dante's rope be able to, I guess, carry the weight of Camiel and Bran?
You can certainly try.
We might have to
Oh,
go
no.
one at a time, Bren.
All right.
It's only 15 feet, so it's not.
So if I
And-
fall on
and
my ass
Mr.
again,
Step.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
your wild display out of the cart was about 15 to 20 feet. So yeah,
Let's try to be quiet this time, Bren.
oh, about 10 feet, I'd say.
Well, yeah, Dante. Yeah, he'll tie it off. He does just so he can has something to climb down with.
Could scoot 10 feet.
I'm still going to take damage. I'm not a monk.
Yeah.
I got to watch out for my ankles. I could twist an ankle jumping down for 15 feet. I mean,
Yeah, I'll say
Strength and
if
ankle.
you guys want to make it down, just give me a with the rope. Everybody can roll with advantage.
got pretty ankles. I got to take care of these things.
You know what? For
Not as pretty as
excitement,
your
why
face.
not?
Might end up like Conor McGregor.
Who?
oh no, not that.
Who? I don't know. I don't.
What are we
watch-
rolling to get down with the rope?
Athletics or
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Oh shit! Well, I've got a 7 here.
At
Okay.
advantage, I said.
There you
That
go.
is
At
minus
advantage.
1 or plus 1.
Acrobatics.
Bran works out.
Oh, both those work nicely.
Bran, what are you doing? Your armor. That's very well done.
Cool.
He's just like
Look at you guys
stripper
go.
pole, stripper pole going down the rope.
So,
Remember, we've done this
Little
already.
Nas, yeah, little Nas. Call me when you
We're
want.
really excited.
Come with me. No,
he
we're gonna
stripped
get in
his
trouble.
armor off. So Dano just wants to go down first, just for real quick to touch down and have a quick look around, because obviously he doesn't want to use any light sources or anything like that while they're down there, just in case. And then once he's down there and it seems all clear, because the DM's going to say all clear, don't see a single thing, it's nice and safe. Is that
It
right?
appears to be.
Totally.
You make it a perception check.
Of course, Jeremiah looks like that.
18 for perception.
I actually thought of a better one after that. I was going to have Professor Frink from The Simpsons, but I forgot about it. I didn't make the connection. 18, you look around, and what you see is basically stone walls all the way around. It is very dark. There's no light source in here. You see the remains of kind of wood and glass that could have been protected by the elements, but after generations of wildlife and organic material has just kind of taken over. It's a deep musty smell in here, but nothing that seems abnormally for something of this age. It's not many times that you've been in the basement of an ancient ruin, but it doesn't overwhelm you in the sense of it's not persistent of something else. It's just the organic material that's kind of taken over here. There may have been animals that have kind of made homes and burrows into this time at different times over the past 1,000 years. But you just see basically in ruin. Within 18. Jeremiah starts kind of looking around as well. And once you give him the all clear, there's nothing in the immediate vicinity. He's gonna whisper into his bag and then pull out a torch and then look around for someone to be able to light it for him.
Emmy?
Yes, ma'am. And I do a quick firebolt onto the edge of the torch.
You're doing a fire bolt?
Well, that's my cantrip. It's the lighter one, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Versus like a fireball.
Yeah.
Firebolt.
I got excited there for a minute.
Yeah, I think
I'm not.
torch is
She's
irrelevant
not
at that
that
point.
wizard. Not yet, anyway. You just wait till she finds the fireball spell.
Could be fun.
I'm the only
Yeah.
wizard in the world who doesn't have fireball.
So yeah, you're able to kind of spark that up. And you guys now have a light source where Jeremiah is holding a torch. He goes in and starts kind of looking around through like the kind of the rubble, the kind of looking at some of the bottles or the glass that is still there, and trying to put things together, trying to figure out what this was. He kind of looks and says, "This might have been, some wine storage in this area here." Everybody, if you're going to look around, if you're going to start looking for things or looking specifically and kind of touching and feeling around, roll an investigation. If you're just going to look, roll a perception check. Disadvantage if you don't have dark vision.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm gonna obviously.
Man, do I even want to try?
There is a light source. That's what is it? Torch is 30 feet.
Wow, I rolled 2.
At disadvantage, correct?
Not for investigation. Investigation is really tight, so if you'd be either near him looking with the perception can be distance as well as close, but investigation is something right in front of you.
Damn.
You're
Investigating all day.
Yeah. Good.
Put on my glasses for this.
Who else got a what?
At 23.
Perception, investigation. After a while, you start looking over the materials that are around here, and it does look like what was the leftover of a wine cellar, at least in one section of it. You go to a different section, and there's kind of like this area where it might have been more of a training or sparring or something like that. You did see there's some basically leftover debris of what could be like a training dummy, but it's very rotten. It's very you're kind of piecing it together and making guesses more than actually confirming or just seeing something and going, oh, that's what that is. You're kind of thinking about it a little bit, having to put things together and piece it together. Brandon, you get to the edge of where this kind of training room is, and it's a big, large, open wall, stone wall. And it looks familiar. It looks like something that you've seen and felt before. Roll a history check. And Emmy, this wall kind of catches you as well. You don't quite know why, but there's something about this that kind of... There's something more than it appears here.
Okay. Am I also rolling history, or that's just for Bran?
Bran will roll a
sorry.
history. Yeah.
Oh,
Bran, roll a
I think
history.
Bran. Sorry.
No. Bran, Branimir, roll a history check.
Gotcha.
Emmy, you can...
Wow.
Yeah, you don't quite remember. You know there's something about this door that looks familiar. Emmy, when you look at this, there's something that feels like there's more to this wall than just a wall. And as you kind of rolling your hand over it and feeling it, you don't feel anything. There's nothing there to be felt. It just feels like a regular stone wall. There's nothing there, but you feel as you're doing this, there seems to be something more there.
And she'll say as much in just her. It probably sounds a little fanciful, just like, I don't know what it is, but this wall speaks to me. You know what I mean? Something.
I know what you mean. I just can't put my finger on it.
So maybe you should put your finger on it, see what happens.
I put all my fingers on it. It just seems like an ordinary wall, but I don't know. Maybe it's. Could I do like an Arcana check or something? Like maybe there's magic to it. Not quite what it seems.
Yeah, it'll be a high DC, but yeah, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Okay. $21.
It does feel magical in some way. You're not 100% sure exactly what it is, but it does have some sort of. You can tell that there's something more to this door than there seems than there was. Than your average wall. There's something to this wall.
Would some detect magic help us out here?
Sure. Why don't you try to do that?
Let's cast that bad boy. Oh, yeah, there you go. I think it just says what it does, but
Yeah.
I will cast detect magic.
So you cast detect magic, and there's definitely in the center of this wall, you see an outline of what would probably be about the size of a door of some sort, an almost tear shape where it kind of meets at the top. The part of magic that it is abjuration.
And you said it was a tear-shaped kind of outline?
Yeah, it's like almost like a shield that's been upside down.
I take out my makeup kit and one of my like eyeliner chalk stick things, and I want to draw out the outline of where I see the magic.
Okay.
Where I detect the magic so that they can see it as well.
Okay.
I'm like, something there. Some kind of maybe a passageway or something that type of abjuration magic.
And
Both. Oh. Ooh.
Brand, you roll another history check at advantage. Now that she's drawn this shape.
Please, come on. I have decent history. Come on.
Oh
my god.
Well done.
Oh my
Well
god.
done.
Snake eyes.
Can somebody? How do you?
Oh,
hold on,
man.
I gotta grab my snip tool to take a picture of this.
I will never financially recover from this.
Well done.
Screenshot. Oh my god.
Brand
You
is
take a
just
look at that wall.
Good.
You take a look at the wall now that she's kind of outlined it. Nah, there ain't nothing there.
Nope. I don't see it.
I'm not quite
Me
getting it.
alone.
Holy crap.
She's just like, really? Nothing? You don't get nothing from that?
Yep,
All
Brand is
right.
just thinking about his sausages. Like, what am I
Those
gonna
are
be
good
cooking for
sausages.
dinner tonight?
I don't see a door. What are you drawing there? It's an
You think we can
upside
get
down
any bacon
shield.
around here?
God damn it, Boltzmann, if you were here, you could have probably helped or something.
Shield, that's your donut.
immediately, and he immediately went to go say, like, Boltzmann, you might know. Oh, he's not here. As she, like, quickly recovers from it, and then the incident with Bran not knowing the door happened.
So
Damn.
it's not visible to anybody else. You've just outlined the area, right?
That's where the magic I see is, yeah.
Just looking at something.
What do we
One
do?
second, 1 second. I'm just looking at something. Oh, just looking.
What can we do about this abjuration magic? Can it?
That's so stupid.
I don't know.
1 second. 1 second.
But when we
1 second.
physically touched it, nothing happened.
There was no response from it. It's just a dead wall. Until you did detect magic, and then you saw this protection magic over the top.
Protection. Oh, no. I have counter spell, but it's a reaction when magic is being cast, not when it's already there.
Yeah. Roll me an Arcana check again. Actually, what was your last Arcana check? Yeah, your last Arcana check was super high. I will say. Let me. I need to check one thing.
I was gonna ask. In regards to finding a hidden, just I don't want to be that guy, but I did double check, and perception and investigation are used interchangeably. Is there any chance I can use my perception to look for the door? If Emmy's pointing it out for me.
You definitely, as soon as she does this chalk motion, you definitely see that there's something. You based on your perception, your high passive, you tell that maybe she's right. Maybe there is something there. But seeing it doesn't give you an advantage to try to figure it out.
Are there any like keyholes, like anything like that?
No, everything is. It looks like a stone wall. Let me look at one thing. Let me hold on one second. Wait a second. That was gonna work anyway. Let me look at what her detect magic does. After a moment, the Jeremiah kind of steps up and after seeing this, he goes, I don't know much, but let me try something.
All right.
Second. And he is going to cast Identify on the door. And when he does this, he gets a message. Basically, you see Jeremiah go to the door and kind of rub his hands together and then kind of put his hands on the door. And then you see like this white energy kind of flow around his hands and kind of swirl around the door itself. And it does kind of click in with you, Bran. You've seen this before. You've seen this at the treasure chest ridge, the avalanche, the Goodwill tomb, where you had found the original Warhammer. It was something that was once identified. There was a message within the identification. And as Jeremiah kind of takes a note really quick, he says, and then turns around. This is the door to Amma's most protected secrets. A tribute to the true champions, protectors of the weak, and strength of the people. Read the final words of King Xavier Orton to unseal its secrets. That's what it says.
Final words.
You have magic?
That's what you got for this?
Very limited in scope. It's one of the few things that I actually do know. It comes in quite useful in my line of work. It's kind of like a trade secret. If you don't have it, you have to pay somebody to do it. It's just better off to learn it yourself.
Makes sense to me.
Does anybody know the final words? Like, of the king?
Maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but do we have some sort of parchment, I believe, that had something to that effect?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You
A melon.
you start thinking back, and you start thinking about the letter that you had received previously. Let me find this.
Boltzmann's not here, so I have to brain blast.
Yeah.
In the handouts?
Should be. Oh my gosh, it's not. Oh, it is. It is. It is. Copy image. I'll re-put it in there. This is the letter that you received from. This is the letter that was received, that was found with the treasure and with the. Actually, not with the treasure, but it was found with the Warhammer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot read that. Oh no. Let me see if I can zoom in there. There we go. Okay, so Bran would retrieve. I suppose they would have kept this, particularly Boltzmann.
Yeah.
They would have put it in the bag of holding all this time,
Mhm.
and Bran would scurry to find this letter in the bag of holding, and he'll kind of peruse the note here, and then he'll take note of the final words here, and he'll say it out loud. May the light shine forever.
And when you say that, there's almost like a rumble, very slow, steady rumble at your feet. And you see this stone wall, exactly where Emmy had put this line, begin to split. Not in like a cracking formation, but almost like in a peeling back of something that was there, and pushing these two pieces of rock apart just enough so that this wall splits and this door appears. And this rock that's in the middle of this doorway kind of melts down and kind of pours itself into the ground, and you now have this empty passageway in front of you.
Shine indeed.
Well, I'll be. It actually worked.
Well done, Brent. Doesn't say
I've done a Boltzmann thing.
done a Boltzmann thing.
This is amazing. This is. I'll have to read that letter sometime. But this is amazing. Let's go. And he's Jeremiah chopping at the bit to step forward.
Back. Just let us go through first. I don't like, as much as I don't really care for you, I don't want to see you get squashed by something.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take a deep breath. Go ahead. I will follow you, even though I do have the torch.
Dante sort of steps forward but keeps his eyes open and is wary of any traps that he may come across.
Okay. Do a perception check as you kind of begin down this dark hallway.
Come on, buddy.
Emmy leans over towards Kamael and tells her, "Have you ever heard someone who sounds sweaty? He sounds sweaty."
What does that even sound like?
It sounds like Jeremiah cobbles.
I'm fucking done.
That poor guy. That's treated so poorly.
He didn't hear it.
Did Dante? No. Dante rolled Dante rolled a 21. He's focused. He's focused. Business. He's all business at the moment.
It's business time.
You'll have to
Oh, you rolled a 21 for traps, right?
yeah, for looking for traps or anything like that.
Okay. You begin down this dark hallway, and it kind of angles downward at a slope. Nothing too dangerous, just enough of a slope so you can feel yourself kind of declining into the ground. You go for about 10, 15 feet, 20 feet. Keep going, descending. You don't see any traps. You don't see anything. Eventually, down this long, almost like triangular-shaped hall, you get to the base, and there's an open room. The passageway that you kind of come into kind of dumps out into this room, and you see a doorway, this time outlined. You don't see on one row you see a door, very similar to the door that you saw above, the same kind of shape, this shield teardrop shape, and then on the other side, on a flat, almost concrete wall where it's a smooth stone, you see words outlined, and then you see blanks underneath, and you see pieces of chalk underneath each one. The words on the ground, the words on the wall, I will put them into Discord.
Once he sees this, as much as it does intrigue him, he's still going to like indicate to the others to come down, to follow him down. They can still see him. Can they still see him? Like if they raise
if
the
you
torch?
went all the way by yourself, no, they would not have seen you. But Jeremiah would have been right at your back. He would have been itching to go down.
So yeah, okay. So there's a torch following me everywhere I go.
Unless you tell him not to.
I'm gonna cut his hamstring. He'll just sort of look at Jeremiah behind him, and then he'll whistle to the others. Who cares if anyone knows we're coming? This little idiot's gonna have a torch the whole way. It's like, come down, guys.
Is it wrong to have the torch? I mean, I can't see without the torch.
But I can, and if there's something in front of us, it'll see you coming.
Oh,
and then it'll eat
why didn't
you.
you say something?
It'll
I can
eat
stand
you.
back. I can
Well,
hold my own.
I did tell you to stay behind me and far away from me at the back of the group. Did I not say you would be the last one?
I didn't hear that last part. I didn't hear the far away. I heard behind you. I was behind you. I was behind you 100%.
Just sort of just like looks at him. Come on, guys, before this guy disappears.
And you guys,
Nice.
you guys come down, and on the wall you see 3 different sections of words.
Does Bran recognize this at all, by any chance? I do.
Yes, you would remember now that you are reminded of the cave that you went into. This type of puzzle has been seen before by you.
Oh no, not one of these.
What is it?
It's a puzzle.
Ooh.
Is it like it's like acronyms? Sorry, I was joking on my food. What's that bug flew into her throat? Is it like the acronyms? Like you switch them all around and the letters? Those are so fun.
Yeah, that.
Well, what does it say?
Vox Populi.
Mm-hmm. That's the first one.
Yeah, it's easy. I got that one. Your turn.
Index. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Get it right, Dante.
It says Vox. Look at it.
It's Vindix.
Whatever. Where's the D? I can't see.
All right, we're gonna go back to the very beginning. We're gonna start the entire campaign over. And we're gonna rename this freaking hero group. Year of my life down the drain.
We got to be prepared for the changes sometimes, okay? We just don't know what life's going to throw at us.
All right. I'll try better. Boltzmann, you've seen this before?
Yes.
Sorry,
Dante.
Boltzmann.
Who?
Sorry, not Boltzmann. Brand. You. I actually looked down. And I saw like.
I can
Anyway.
I can contact him on the Ring of Sending if you'd like.
I was looking.
Right?
I was looking at chat.
She's falling apart.
I looked over at chat, and all I saw was Boltzmann 2.0, and it
Is
stuck
this
in my head.
darkness doing something to Dante's mind?
Bran, you've seen this before.
That's my name.
Yes,
Yes, I have.
we all know that.
Anagram.
How did you?
Sorry.
Yeah. How did you fix it? How did you sort this out before?
Oh my god, even wait, that was so long ago. that was like last year, I think.
Yeah,
W-
I think it was May of last year.
Didn't we do something with like the
Oh.
light sources?
Wait a
The
minute.
light.
There was the same piece of chalk that was underneath.
Yeah.
The last one is underneath each one of these words has its own little piece of chalk.
Yeah, because I remember we were really overcomplicating things.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe we just took the chalk and
Shadow
then we.
Queen. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we just took the chalk and then we filled it in, I believe.
Hmm.
It didn't have anything to do with light. Pretty sure. Because we were overcomplicating it. Because it had
Is this
something
layer
to do with...
three?
You guys are waiting for sundown on the third moon.
Yeah, we were basically freaking hobbiting this thing, you know, we were like, we have to be there on Durin's Day, and... But he was like, nope, there's chalk on the floor, write it in. We're like, what if we try this? Let's make some light in this room. If it casts a shadow on the raven, we have to knock twice.
What would the third one be?
Is this leading to 3 different rooms or 3 different doors? Or these are all
No,
on the
there's
same wall?
one door on the end. Has anyone written anything yet?
Yeah,
I'll write it with my makeup stick. That's what we're... You tell me to do that.
Emmy, there's chalk.
There's chalk on the floor.
Oh. She likes her makeup sticks.
Aren't those expensive?
Oh, no. Yes.
hang on.
It's habit. She just grabs the first thing in her that she gets her hands on.
So you fill in which one, and
I'll fill in the Shadow Queen in the middle.
as you do, there's one of the stones that's above it kind of lights up. It doesn't stick out. It's not perfectly round. It's just one of the stones lights up above it.
I love magic.
Hmm.
I remember what you guys did. You guys did detect magic, and then the detect magic showed that there was something in the ravens that changed. That there was something on the raven that was magical.
Yeah, so we started hitting it with
It's
things like...
You spent like an hour just messing with the raven, and then you guys just wrote on it with chalk, and then all of a sudden the thing that was magical just turned colors.
Yeah, we were like shooting spells at it, like Bran hit it with his hammer, and we're like, what the hell is this thing? All we had to do was look down and see a piece of chalk.
Yeah.
God. Good times.
So did someone write into the first one?
Did anyone?
No,
I think Ryan was
no, I
saying
didn't.
something about the
Oh
Vox
my gosh!
Populi.
You know what?
There's no D in the start, so I'm not writing in Vindex Populi. D. There ain't no.
I'm an
Wait,
idiot.
is it Index or Vox?
It's Vox Populi. I put it in wrong to the anagram and shit.
You put
Son
it
of
in
a
there.
bitch.
You put it
Oh
in
my
there.
gosh.
I got it right. You put
You're
it in
right
there.
down Vindex Populi.
I
A
think-
stone turns colors. Damn it.
I think at this point it's time to call it Vox Populi. When the DM,
got it
even
right.
gets it wrong.
I got it right.
Son of a... Oh my gosh. That's why I was wondering, because you said at the very beginning, Ryan. I was like, oh yeah, that worked. Oh, wait. Oh, crap.
Love it. Love it.
Well,
Okay, so yes, you put Populi there, and you put, you put Shadow Queen, and now two stones have lit up, are enlightened.
What could be the third?
Makes for an awesome stream, but it's fun.
The longer they get, the more dyslexic I get.
That was kind of the case. It
Yeah.
was kind of the point. I made the first two easy, but then I messed up the first one. So.
Why are you tickling my brain at a time where I'm just
fucks up my brain when it actually makes sense. When there's actually a word there that is a real word.
Now, is this just is there an actual code to this, or is it just we just
No,
jumbled
it's just
up
an
a lot?
anagram.
It's an anagram, yeah.
Oh my gosh, what if it actually wasn't? What if the last one was literally just a blather duty
blather
is,
duty
and you just had to
is.
rewrite
A
it?
blather
That's
duty
what I mean.
is.
A blather duty.
A blather duty is
A blather
Shadow
duty.
Queen Vox.
Or Vox Populi Shadow Queen is a blather duty. Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
duty.
Here, I'll put this into chat though. If there's anybody there.
As everyone's staring at the wall and no one can quite figure out the last one, Emmy just starts writing different sequences of words she can put together. And some of them start to just not make any sense, including
Roll,
is a blather duty.
Roll an intelligence check.
I shall. Oof. 12.
I would
I
say
keep forgetting I
you-
have my thing.
Yeah, I would say you were not quite sure. You are doing the same thing you said.
Do we have all night here, DM?
No, everybody rolled me an intelligence check.
Until we
Oh,
get it,
no.
we're staying here until we get it.
Can I attempt another intelligence check?
Sure, why not?
May I use my natural 20 I got from my portend?
Holy shit!
Dante.
Wow.
Do you want
Or
to use
Dante.
it?
I'll let
I would-
Dante
I'll
have
let
it.
you. I'll let you save that. Dante, I would say with a 23, this word comes to mind.
Penis.
The word Tribus comes to mind.
Oh, Jesus.
Why'd you do that? I was gonna have some fun there. Something about penis. No.
Something about Tribus Day?
Tribus.
I love when it comes down to the actual players solving puzzle. That's always fun.
It's great. It's great.
When you have a high intelligence character, but you still can't.
DYXWVUTSRQPOMNLKJIF.
Come on, where's our chat?
anyone?
Where's everybody? Just give me a second. Give me a second.
Our lovely people in chat.
We're all the smart people in chat, damn it.
I'll tell you while you guys are working on that. I'll tell you a story how I learned my ZYXs.
No,
Sure.
no, please don't.
My
I'm gonna mute you.
grandfather, one time in McDonald's in a red pen, wrote it down backwards and said, "I'll give you $1 if you can do this." I looked at it once and I did it perfectly back.
Oh,
And since then, I could always do it.
Tribus.
The
Day.
Tribus Day deal?
And as you write that in,
shit.
the third light brightens over top of it, and the door shifts, a slight rumble, and again this door fades into the ground.
The cherry on top is hearing Ryan from a distance. Just shit.
No, like, I just realized because we were talking about Tribus Day shit, and it was the what were they, the Illithids that were going on about the deal is done or something.
Deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you said that, that popped into my head. That's what I was saying shit to, not that I didn't get it. I didn't expect to get it. Thank you.
It's just the icing on the cake.
And since it is now 12 o'clock where we are, I think that is where we'll leave it. We'll come back next time,
Man.
ready to enter this next
Wow.
hallway.
But the door.
We just
Door
got
is
it
down.
open.
With aid still active. Unless we
Aid's
took
still
8
active.
hours.
Nope.
No, the way that we were going, that just then, so like 8 hours for me.
Heck, we did 8 hours.
But that is where we will leave it this evening.
Yay.
Yay!
That was fun. Thank you.
Puzzles.
But the door.
I love puzzles.
I love puzzles too.
I'm not great at them, and I love them all the same, even when they make me feel dumb.
As long as you don't overcomplicate it.
Well, I tried to do it
Every time.
as simple as possible. Something that wasn't something
Thank
you
you.
could just Google, but not something that was going to
See,
be there for hours.
I was trying to find
Yeah.
a pattern. I was sitting there like trying to find a pattern every third.
No, there's no
Every
pattern.
third letter.
Yeah, I was
The capitals.
looking
The
at the
capitals have to be
spaces,
something.
yeah. I was looking
Nope.
at the spaces, like the number
No.
of letters in like veal had 4.
I
Quad
just
had 4.
Oops,
copied and
sorry.
pasted my word into the anagram maker and then found one I
Yeah.
liked. That's what happens.
There's an anagram.
The
maker?
anagram.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
go
yeah.
Google.
That's so
Yeah.
Just
lazy.
Google
There's
it.
also a Scrabble thing where you can always pick the best words with the letters you have.
That's called
That's
cheating.
fun to use.
What?
Yes, it is.
That's so lazy.
But it means that we can't cheat back because it's not going to pick up a word like Tribus.
Yeah, that's it's one of the reasons I used that too. So
Can't
I knew that
reverse
wasn't
image
possible.
search.
So, thank you for all of our followers, supporters this week and every week for being here, being a part of the show. If you missed any part of this episode, the VOD is available immediately on Twitch, but they won't stay there forever. Make sure you watch those. You can catch special things like Dante unmuting himself and talking to himself for 10 minutes as we begin to warm up.
Maltesers are so good.
If you want to catch up with any of our previous episodes of our campaign, our link to our YouTube is below. Search Black Dragon RP and look for our big Dragon Eye logo. Last thing before we go, I want to take a moment and shout out to our players. In the info box below, you'll see some of our links. Go check these wonderful people out. Some of them have links to their Twitter accounts, like RPG theologian Rob, who plays Saoirse, who is not here today, but will be back next week. The Relentless Hunter, Aaron, who plays Branimir. Some who stream here on Twitch, like Thumper Knox, Ryan, who plays Dante, Yumi Cigar, Tony, who plays Camiel, and they stream right here on Twitch on a semi-regular basis, so go drop them a follow and a sub. And last but not least, Brenna, who plays Amiibi, author and writing cheerleader here on Twitch, Tuesday to Saturday on the Brandon Nailed It channel. I'm Brad. I am known as Monocle Moose on all platforms. Go check us all out. Please go to the info box below. Check us out. Drop us that support. I think that wraps up this episode from us. Thank you very much for being here. We will see you again here next week. Same time, same Twitch channel. Thank you. We love you very much, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.